We have an update, a story that we brought you exclusively. Exposed Georgia deputy loses the Gwinnett County Sheriff's race. This was a story we did, alerted via social media. Republican Mike Baker was running for sheriff in the county of Gwinnett, which is in the state of Georgia. He was accused of using excessive force on a young college student who was sitting in her car at a gas station. We provided the footage, also the investigation revealed he was found liable for the action. Reminder, in the wake of the arrest and investigation, he was suspended from his post. It says, and I quote, this is the conclusion of the investigation when they looked into it, because one of the individuals complained about his actions. This is to advise you that your employment with the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office will be suspended for 2 days. This action is being taken due to violations of the following departmental rules and regulations. Number 1, Chapter 21, Section W, body worn cameras. Why? He didn't have his body worn camera on. 2, Chapter 13, Section 9, duty to give name and badge number. Obviously, they concluded he failed to do that. 3, Chapter 13, Section 55, use of force, which was at the crux of the complaint. They found him liable. And then Chapter 13, Section 42, truthfulness and cooperation. Well, truthfulness and cooperation with who? Well, the police investigating him. So obviously he was not truthful according to them. You were notified on the sheriff's intent to suspend your employment via memorandum, August 21st, 2019. Accordingly, your employment is suspended as identified above. For some reason, this did not come to the attention of anyone until it did. I have no idea how. The guy was running for sheriff and obviously was the Republican nominee, and at least should have answered for what we saw in that video. That's it. Gwinnett Sheriff Keybo Taylor won reelection. Democrat Gwinnett County Sheriff Keybo Taylor was reelected Tuesday night, defeating a bid from the Republican Mike Baker to serve as sheriff. Gwinnett County is one of Georgia's largest and most populous counties. Taylor garnered 237,000 plus votes to Baker's 173,000 plus. It wasn't close. Earlier this year, Taylor's department received a 100% accreditation from the National Commission on Correctional Health Care for its inmate medical services. The accreditation means the care inside the jail scored well on quality and treatment, safety and disease prevention, timelines of care, and personal training. Not easy to do inside of a jail facility. Sheriff Taylor's doing a good job. All right. Was a little more decent news on a day like this?
Oh yeah, I feel connected to this story because I've got family in Gwinnett County. I've spent a lot of time there in the past decade plus. Fast growing area of the state, pretty diverse ethnically in terms of the Black population, Hispanic population, even still a white population. Not, some white flight notwithstanding. And so and these are upwardly mobile folks, right? These are some people that homeowners, et cetera, et cetera. So, this type of behavior from the Republican candidate could never be tolerated, honestly. And I'm glad to see that go down in the way that it did. But I think Georgia is a very fascinating, especially a place like Gwinnett County, which is like a lot of new people into the state, an influx of new, suburbanite people of a diverse background. And, you can't just take these folks for granted in terms of how they're going to vote or what their core beliefs are. And I think Gwinnett is an example where I think a lot of the future of America is going to be. You know what I mean? Like, places that are, not necessarily cities, but directly
Yeah.
outside of cities and hugely populated, with a diverse set of people, and economic outcomes as well. And so, it's nice to see this sheriff get rebuked and get his ass whooped.
Yeah, I did. It was just interesting that something that egregious somehow
Yeah.
was kept private, I guess, until a citizen brought it forward.